Welcome back, Terrors, and some of you wheat. Not sure how many of the good ones are out there, but thanks for watching. And this is, if not one of the best example of how Mama God, the royal we, leads me around to show you this stuff. Show you that telling the truth. Anyone who's been watching my channel for any considerable amount of time knows that I pound and have for years on Aquarius, the twins, the family reunion. Maybe even too much sometimes. Now here's a fun little trail of breadcrumbs the royal we, Mama God, the creator, led me on. So a few weeks ago, I made this video where someone else told you about a family reunion. A reunion. Let's listen.
Earth, whether it was 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th density, whatever it was, if you choose the universe and you say to yourself, I wish to go home, you will return to that dimension from which you came. So if it's 5, 6, 7, or 8, you will leave here and you will go back to that dimension, where I am told you'll be reunited with your soul group.
You see how that was a woman going to a man? We're talking about two energies, a feminine and a masculine, meeting and creating something incredible. And so, as this guy talks about this happening in the afterlife, it's also going to happen here. And you see how he used the word reunion, yes? Now, check this out. I get wind of this movie called Dream Scenario, coming out with Nicolas Cage. Can't wait to see it. A hapless family man finds his life turned upside down when millions of strangers suddenly start seeing him in their dreams. That happened to me, actually. After the total eclipse in 2017, I was working at a grocery store, and a little girl came up to me and she said she had dreams of me. And she called me Machete Man in her dreams. But so this got me triggered because it's like, oh, this is exactly what happened in The Stand. The Stephen King book, The Stand, when they made the miniseries off it. You ever watched it? After a deadly plague kills most of the world's population, did we just go through what they said was a plague? The remaining survivors split into two groups, one led by a benevolent elder and the other by a malevolent being, to face each other in a final battle between good and evil. And do you know how these people get split up? You know how they start finding each other? They start having dreams of each other. Just like in this movie. And then, what happens in The Stand? A nuclear explosion in Las Vegas. Las Vegas is destroyed by a nuclear blast. Which is what they're after. The Holy War. Because you see, in the Vatican here, big nuclear explosion, and then their Messiah comes to rule over the sleepyheads. And this is where it gets so good. I haven't watched this show. It's called The Red Green Show. I grew up on it, as you can see, 1991. So I was 10 years old when this came out, and I grew up on it. I watched this show for several years. I have not seen it since probably the mid-90s. And it just dawned on me a couple weeks ago after I made this video here. But it was before I saw this. So I made this video, and then like a week later, like, hey, I should watch this show. I love that show. It's hilarious. It's a silly show. It's like a public access Canadian silly show, but I love it. And I was like, hey, you know what? I should watch that. I didn't say it, excuse me. The royal we, Mama God, as the usual, the heavenly family says, or some call the Holy Spirit, said you should watch that show. Oh, yeah, I love that show. I ain't seen that forever. That'd be great. So sat around, watched it all day for a couple days. Binged watched like 6 to 8 hours, not even joking. So here it is, episode 11. Listen to this.
I was reading there, they got these atomic bombs now. Well, they've had them for a while, I guess.
I mention that,
Yeah. They won't sell me one.
No, you got no place to keep it. You got to have an atomic
I wouldn't
warehouse.
have it long. You know, not like I could store it over a winter or anything. But I just trying to figure out, you know, exactly how the bomb works now. An atom apparently is quite small.
Yes.
And when you break it up, it goes up big. Is that it?
Exactly. It explodes because it gets away from itself really quick.
Oh, yeah.
It's sort of like a family reunion. Exactly.
You hear that? Did you hear that? They just equated a nuclear blast to a family reunion. See how this all just one after another. I can't wait to shove this high frequency love that's coming so far down Set and Legion's throat that it literally, I can tickle and touch your heart because my arm is going to be so far down that throat. I can't wait. I can't wait. You want to talk about a cardiac arrest? Wait till I get my hands on that heart. What have you done for love today? Love wins. And the family reunion is coming, which is why they got to blow this place all to hell and scare you into believing that this nuclear messiah AI Jebus, that they're going to say, listen, oh, you got to follow this. We all got to come together and believe these aliens or whatever the cuss they're trying to sell it as. No, sir or ma'am.